So we're just finishing off an unreleased song from Levi Robbins, Healing is Coming. It's going to be coming out at the beginning of Chodesh Nissan, which ties in nicely to what we're learning, because we're learning Dinei Chodesh Nissan. And we have some healing vibes coming, some great music on the way, and we're learning weekly in the office today in honor of all the soldiers and all the amazing service they've done, including our sons.
Amen.
And we're wishing them continued success and heavenly protection. The escalation we had a little bit recently, and having sirens and everything the way it's been this week with all the different tensions going on, that Hashem should continue to protect Am Yisrael in the merit of all this Emes Tzadikim. We just had Purim together, beautiful Purim. Shouldn't forget Mordechai and Esther came to our homes, came to our hearts in the Kriyas Megillah and Sudas Purim, and all the mitzvah, Shlach Manos, V'Tzalat Shivyanim that we did, and all the learning we did, the Kovid Purim, and we also have the Daled Parshias, which we're still in the middle of. Thank God on the second part now, we already did Parshas Shkolim and Zochor and had Purim itself in the middle, and now we're heading towards, and it always works out this way, Parshas Parah, and please God, after that, Shabbos Chodesh, which is, we hope to have some of our chevra in a frat for that Shabbos from the office. We want to keep growing the love over here, but let's just focus in on Parshas Parah this week, because it's coming, and it's a big chizuk when we read in Shul. It's a kriya that, according to some shitas, has the same importance as Parshas Zochor. It's a machlokus. We don't paskin, I think, that way, but it still should be something you should be in Shul to hear, and it brings down a lot of tahara. That's the importance of it this time of year. The tahara son Yisrael, the purification of Yisrael. We just had Parshas Kisisa with Egel Azav. We need to clean up a little bit after Purim. Literally, the Purim brings a lot of shlach manos, a lot of balagan, a lot of kedusha, but also a lot of balagan. So we have to clean it up a little bit. What went down, what stays in Purim remains in Purim. I wasn't sure it was a holy avodah. I'm just joking, but the idea that we have to clean up a little bit, and that's the Parshas Parah is the purification, goes together this week with Vayakhel. We mentioned already the Chabad learning, the idea, the Tanya Shir of Achdus, unification, unity. We have to bring together with the Mikveh Yisrael Hashem, that Hashem Himself is purifying us, by us becoming more of a mikveh, more together, more hope in Hashem. The more Yisrael hope in Hashem, the more we purify ourselves. And the more we come together, B'achdus, the more the Avos Yisrael also brings tremendous purity. So Vayakhel, the unity together with the purity, is the two aspects that we want to emphasize Parshas Parah and Vayakhel, and bring together the Mishkan, a place to dwell in this world for Hashem, the Dir Tachtona. We have to keep building that dwelling for Hashem in our hearts, in our homes, in our families, in our friends. And that's part of the avodah leading up to Chodesh Nissan, because you can't really bring the Korban Nesiyim, you can't really get ready for this holy month that's coming up without having some sort of purification. And tonight already is the Noam Elimelech Yotzai, Noam Elimelech Ben Eliezer.
Who was he?
Big ecstatic. He was Rav Zusha's brother, and they used to go into Geulah together and help Yidden Jews who were lost in all these different places in Europe.
Country.
And originally from Poland. He's buried in Poland. I have the money changer, if you know him, Yossi. He's actually there now, and he has my list of names.
Really? He's there?
Yeah, he's there by Noam Elimelech. He goes every year, and have him done for us. My boys were actually there when they went to Uman Hanukkah, I think, or Rosh Hashanah, I'm not sure. One of the two. They went to the Noam Elimelech on the way, and in Poland. They actually saw David Rich there when they went, so it must have been Rosh Hashanah time. So they went Rosh Hashanah, and Baruch Hashem, an opportunity to tap into the light of the Tzaddik of the Noam Elimelech. One of the important quotes we'll just bring down before we get into the halachas is he was Mamtik Chevlei Mashiach, which means all the hardships that we're supposed to go to before Mashiach comes, the Holocaust, all the crazy stuff, was meant to be, God forbid, and we should never know, was meant to be 10x or 100x, and he sweetened it, so it would be whatever terribleness it was, it still was not as terrible as it could have been if there wasn't a tzaddik in the world like the Noam Elimelech.
Wow.
So that shows the importance of 1 year, how he can sweeten so much gezeres and hardship for Am Yisrael. And his hamtak is still there. part of his brother's name, Zusha, and Noam, is all to do with sweetness. So Yiddishkeit should be sweet and pleasant. Zis, Zusha, and Noam is pleasant. So the Noam Elimelech, he also gave us an opportunity to think about Mesiras Nefesh in a way. If you go to the Setel Kotan that he wrote, you go read over there, the Setel Kotan, he gives you certain kavanas. Macho is Gematria Shema Vaya Adni, you meant to misbonim when you eat on the Shema Vaya, and the Adni, the Aleph Daled and Yud, it's Gematria Macho. These are holy things he talks about in the Setel Kotan, and the way we should envision ourselves being most nefesh for Hashem. By thinking about it, we hopefully never have to go through it. These are holy things that people should read in this holy letter that he wrote, Setel Kotan. But anyway, to get back to Chodesh Nissan, so next Shabbos is Shabbos Chodesh, and then already we're going to be by Pesach. So what we're going to do is start off with Hilchos of Dinei Chodesh Nissan to get ourselves into that vibe. Even though it's still Chodesh Adam, Mishnah Ignas Adam, Marbin B'Simcha, we have to keep increasing in the Simcha. It's a hard avoda sometimes, like after Purim, you're after Purim blues, maybe the hangover, but you have to keep going up. Yeah, it's always, we're always going up for the Aliyah and not Meridim. We're not going down, not reading. Always Malim B'Kodesh, always going up in Kedusha. So it says, Kol Chodesh Nisan Ein Armim Tachanan, Lo Sadokadin. So the whole Chodesh, good news, comes up Chodesh Nisan, and some even start from Chaf Gimel Adar, because the concept is that there's 7 days leading up to Chodesh Nisan, where Moshe Rabbeinu set up the Mishkan, and every day he set it up, and then it came down. So Shavuot Paul said it become. Every day Moshe Rabbeinu is Hukam Mishkan. He set up the Mishkan. Moshe Rabbeinu himself put up the Mishkan, Chaf Gimel Adar, Chaf Daled Adar. Each day he put it up, came down, all the way through till Rosh Chodesh Nisan. When did it stay up? Rosh Chodesh Nisan.
So what day in Adar does it start?
So Parsha Sav, at the end of Parsha Sav, we hear about these 7 days, and then comes the 8th day. What's that? Parsha Shmini. Shmini is the 8th day. That's the 8th day where now Moshe Rabbeinu is standing there and the Mishkan is established.
We're getting very close to Sav.
Yeah, and we're getting close to the Hukam Mishkan, and we're going to read in the Parshas.
So starting
Parshas of the
Sav
Kabbalah.
for the next 8 days, each day Moshe Rabbeinu builds the Mishkan.
Yeah, no. So it's not in the Parsha; it's in the Zman. The Parsha we read later. Sometimes in a leap year we read it earlier, but this year we read it later.
So it's in the Zman.
So it's in the Zman. Chaf Gimel. The Chaf Gimel is already starting
Chaf
this.
Gimel Adar.
I think it will be today is Chaf. Chaf Aleph is tonight, tomorrow. So it'll be on Sunday, I think.
Sunday night, Monday.
Yeah, Sunday night, Monday. Yeah, I think so. And then Chaf Daled is already.
So
is
that's the
Chosn.
first day that Moshe Rabbeinu started with the Mishkan.
Yeah, he set up the Mishkan and brought it down, and we have to get into the avodos. Shavuot Paul said it become that we're gonna keep trying to go up, and then we're gonna have times of challenge, and then we're gonna keep going anyway. So Moshe Rabbeinu was the first tzaddik to teach us in real time, and teach us how to. And it's also Sof Tevis, or Shavuot Paul said it become Sof Tevis Amalek, because also how you get rid of Amalek is by keep going no matter what. Lo mi'ash. So Moshe Rabbeinu just keep putting up the Mishkan again and again, and then the 8th day it stands, because 8th is Olam Hab, is Olam Shmini, is Neshamadik, is the Gilui of the Schienah in this world, is the Tachlis, the Olam Shmini, with most of Mashiach. So Rosh Chodesh is the very Mashiach day, Rosh Chodesh Nisan. So part of the halacha comes down in Pshat, that you don't say Tachanan or Sodik Adin the whole month of Chodesh Nisan, because the whole month is a Simcha D'Chei Chodesh. You have the Korban Nesiyim each day, so that's already 12 days.
It's interesting that in Adar we still say it, and in Nissan we don't.
Oh yeah, so I'm saying Hasidim find a way to say it still less on during Chodesh Adar. Yeah, some Hasidim, but they still say it overall. The only month you don't say Tachanan, the whole month.
Even more simple month.
It's a Gilui of the Shem Havaya in this world, which is the Tachlis. The Mishkan is bringing Hashem into the world. So Chodesh Nisan was the first time Hashem ever had His Schienah dwell in the world in a complete way.
Wow.
The first time Birkas Kohanim ever happened. There was 10 wonders that happened that day. A flame, fire from heaven came down, and the unfortunately there was also the Ma'aseh Nadav and Avihu, because unfortunately till Mashiach comes, there's always going to be a little bit of Golas mixed up with the Geulah.
The 10 wonders started which day?
All these 10 crowns came down on Rosh Chodesh Nisan, brought down in Gemara Shabbos. Yeah, so these 10 crowns, one of them was Birkas Kohanim. But there's amazing opportunities to tap in during this time to connect into the holy Shvatim. Wow. Each tribe brings a korban. We're going to learn about that We're going to learn about the sweetness and the happiness of these days. The Surafei Shem Havaya of Chodesh Nissan is Yud Kei Vav Kei, in order. Yismachu Hashemayim v'Sagel Haaretz. The heavens will rejoice and the land will rejoice. Yismachu Hashemayim, a simcha in the heavens, and the Sagel Haaretz is joy in the land.
Amen.
So that rejoicing in the land. So that's the kind of mindset we need to have, a yichud between the higher and the lower, between the heavens and the earth, in joy, in pleasure and happiness and simcha. That's the kind of vibe we're looking for, and that's Chodesh Nissan. Obviously the main avoda of Chodesh Nissan is Pesach, but there's much more that goes on in that Chodesh. And since it's such an elevated status of the month, so it's given a special standing halacha, as we're going to talk about. Yeah, let's go. You don't say Tzidkatcha Shabbos Mincha the whole Chodesh Nissan. No again in Rosh Chodesh Vayakhel. It is also the custom from Rosh Chodesh and the cross b'chol yom Parshas Hanasi Shekor Bo B'yom. The passage of the leader of the tribe offered his dedication on that day. So, for example, the first day of Rosh Chodesh Nissan, the first day, Rosh Chodesh Zalechem, is the Korban Nasi of Nachshon ben Aminadab. Now we mentioned these already in Hanukkah, but we say them much in a more profound way on Rosh Chodesh Nissan. We don't bring out a Torah and read it with brochas, but we do say it from a siddur or something of the minhag to read it after davening, and we have a special tefillah that we mention all the different tikkunim that each shevet brought. So Nachshon ben Aminadab of Shevet Yehuda brought a special tikkun for that day, Malchus and Amunah, and there's a big chizuk there. So B'yom Yud Gimel, on the 13th day, Kohen Parshas Balascha. We read about Aaron and Kohen lighting the menorah. That's the 13th day of Nisan. Ad Kain Asa Etz menorah, until the verse, so did he make menorah. Shehu Neged Shevet Levi. That corresponds to the tribe of Levi. So we cover all the 13 tribes, because really there's 13 if you divide up Yosef into Ephraim and Manasseh, so you end up with 13 tribes, with Levi being the 13th, with the Kohanim. And Balascha it's a Nevis. One minute fast on any day of this month, a filutainis yotzai. So we don't fast also. Some people do fast for the disturbing dreams. I don't think we're knowing that really so much anymore. I haven't seen people fasting for dreams. What we do, if someone tells you a dream is not so great, just try to say it in a way that's a positive interpretation, just to give it to a good place, in a ruchnius way. Let's see underneath a little bit. Tachan is usually titled Shemay Serve Shachas and Mincha. The whole Chodesh Nissan, we don't say it. Yeah, good happy days. Even the Shachuis on Monday and Thursday are omitted as well. The Kaddish, usually recited after Siddur Kedin, is also not recited. Eulogies are not delivered during the month of Nisan. Although throughout the month of Nisan, the Yehirot some prayers recited of Torah reading are omitted. Chanukas and Neshamas, some of the souls of the departed. Kamalei Rachmim is also we omit. So you should try to do that before or after Chodesh Nisan if you have someone you need to say it for in Shul. The Korban Nesim are found in Bamidbar, chapter 7, Parshas Nassau, the end of Parshas Nassau, beginning of Balascha. That's what we're going to read those 13 days. It's the introduction to the Simon. This is not a standing Torah reading with blessings right before and after. In fact, some creation don't read these passages from Sefer Torah. So, but you can read it from a Chumash or a Siddur. The 12 tribes that contributed during the 12 days of Nisan did not include the tribe of Levi. Balascha Pasha describes the mitzvah lighting menorah and the Mishkan by Aaron, the leader of the tribe of Levi, and his contribution to the tribe of Levi is elevated status of the contribution of the rest of the tribes. That's one of the important concepts. When you get to 13 like Yud V'Sarachimim, this concept of 13, it includes all the previous levels before. So you have the 12 tribes, there's 12 constellations. 13 is like the 13th gate, which includes all the 12 previous. So the menorah is like we're lighting up everything before and after.
What else symbolizes the 13 number?
13 is also Midrash Dreshenbein. When you learn Torah, all the ways the Gemara is Meforish. The Pesukim is according to the 13 ways of darshaning. There's 13 spots of mercy on a person's face and head. It's one of the reasons why we don't shave a beard, or it represents Yud Gimel Dikna, Rachamim, the beard.
Those
13 points on our face, which is connected to the beard and Rachamim.
Interesting.
That's the idea of having a certain, ponim, a certain way of the Tzaddik, the way our appearance comes over. Like Rabbi Nachman's Yom Yoledet is a Rosh Chodesh Nissan, which is very appropriate.
It's also my wife's father's Yom
Oh, so the union of his Chadshus comes down on Rosh Chodesh Nissan, and so too Rabbi Nachman's soul came to the world. And actually, I'm going to learn later a little bit, look at tomorrow for between Mincha Maran, because I try every week, try to learn a bit of Tanya, but look at tomorrow. Very important to just connect into these ors, these Siddiqim. And a lot of what we're saying now is based on general mainstream Chassidus. It's brought down, and we should get chizuk. You have a lot of ore to internalize from Purim, because it really only finished this Sunday with Purim Mishulish. There's still a lot to internalize from what we got from Purim, all the gifts, and this Shabbos is very good to do that. And then it's also a great preparation for the coming Shabbos of Rosh Chodesh Nissan, of Chodesh, the coming Shabbos of Chodesh Lechem. We're going to read about this beautiful Chodesh and get into this Indian of renewal, that spring's coming. Right now it's a bit of a windy, rainy day, so sort of cleaning us up, like Passover Parshah style. But there's going to be a lot of renewal in the air as you slowly see the blossoms coming, and the new Shefa, the new Shefa. Yeah, the truth is, rain is a blessing as well. It's cleaning everything up, and it's also represents Shefa. Very good. So here we are. We're not fasting. Even there are some people who firstborn males fast on Erev Pesach. That we're going to discuss. A groom abide also fast in Nissan, but we don't really make weddings in Nissan. Have you ever been to a wedding in Nissan? I remember so many weddings in Nissan. I have been though. The truth is, people do make weddings in Nissan. So do you fast? I mean, if people make a Rosh Chodesh and you're not, here it says also fast in Nissan, even a Rosh Chodesh Nissan. Wow. So the halacha is even though it's generally to fast in Rosh Chodesh, even for a bride and groom, Rosh Chodesh is an exception. This is due to the status of the first day. Okay, so it's good to be corrected. Let's see underneath. As one of the days, this in Shulchan Aruch, which is meritorious, according to some for it's a fast and memory of the specific tragedy occurred on that day. Now, the Nevi'u, the souls that were when the Mishkan was established, they went up because they brought a Eish Zara, different reasons. For the Kohanim should be drinking and this and that. They didn't have wives, etc. There's all different reasons, but the main point, and we're going to lesson Parsha Shemini, but the main point is that we have to attach in to the or of the day. Is usually Rosh Chodesh we don't fast, but Rosh Chodesh Nissan we would fast if you're a bride and groom. So my brother actually got married. I think he fasted. I think they kept Torah Mishpach for their wedding. Should be a schus for them, and that's something which I'm seeing a lot of people will be mechazik in now. In the general world of Jewish people, that people are starting to get back into the laws of family purity, which will be a schus for us. Shabbos Agadol Mincha Nogin She'eno Min Baruch Nafshi. So we switch. People who have been saying Baruch Nafshi She'er Malas during this whole winter, we now switch to for this Shabbos Avodim Hayinu. We read the Gada because it's Shabbos Agadol. For Shabbos Agadol Ha'iseh Tchilas Geulah and Nissan. So the Shabbos Agadol is the Shabbos that all the big miracles start to happen. With the Seh, with the sheep, we take away the Avodah Zorah of our enemies and we tie it to our bed. It was there like they look at the sheep as some sort of god, and we tie it to our beds, get ready to shecht it, prepare it, there's no murmur, etc. And they didn't do anything of us. Seh is also Rosh Hashanah, Shabbos Agadol. So we have a lot of miracles that happened around that time with all the Malchus that Hashem had done and come with a combination of Leil Seder. We're going to learn about that. And there's a lot of Kedusha. Beginning the week after Sukkot, the Psalm Baruch Yinash after Mincha Shabbos, I already mentioned that. The specific section of the Pesach Gada is recited instead of Shabbos Agadol. And then after that, we're going to start learning Pirkei Avos. The following Shabbos are during the Chag Pesach and Vaita, all the way to Rosh Hashanah, we're going to do Pirkei Avos according to many minhagim. But not that Shabbos. That Shabbos is reserved for the Haggadah. And it's not all the Haggadah. It's Al-Achaz Kama ending with the Kappa Kolav and Nasein, it's home for our sins. Remarks is written that the Geulah God did not recite the God in Shabbos Agadol. Alright, there's different minhagim. On the 10th of Nissan in the year of Exodus, each Jewish household took a sheep and designated to be slaughtered for the Pesach offering in petition of the Exodus at night, so I just mentioned before. When the Egyptians or Mitzrim, who revered the sheep as a deity, we just said that, asked the Jews what they were planning to do with the animals, they told them they were taking them for slaughter as Hashem commanded them. Despite the great consternation of the Mitzrim at hearing this, that we took their God, what happened here? and they found themselves unable to do anything to the Jews since the 10th of Nissan is that year that fell on Shabbos. The Shabbos before Pesach is commemorated every year as Shabbos HaGodol. And any Shabbos that's called Shabbos HaGodol is a big one. And now, interestingly, this year we're going to get into it. It's going to be something we're going to learn about because now we're going to get into Hilchos Pesach. We have to start now because there's so much to learn. Yeah, we're going to learn about the importance. Almost finished. So we're going to learn about the importance of Shabbos HaGodol. Prepare ourselves for Seder night. We're actually going to be having it Erev Pesach, Seder night, Erev Seder night. It's beautiful. We have a beautiful Shabbos after all the hard work and cleaning of that week, in the second week of Nissan, and then that Shabbos we get to have a normal Shabbos, and then mostly Shabbos we do Leil Seder. Yeah, this year. So we're going to eat our Chametz Suda early in the day. So I assume Shirat David with Daven Nates or a very early Shacharis. We'll go home and we'll eat 2 Sudas if you can of bread. Yeah, Shabbos day Sudas, Mincha and Shabbos Sudas, and then later on you'll daven Mincha, and when you have your actual Shabbos Sudas meal wise, you won't be able to wash, you won't be able to have bread, you won't be able to have matzah. You'll have it on fruit or whatever, a bit of food, chicken and potatoes. But excuse me, but you won't be eating chametz after 10:30 or whenever there's the end of eating chametz. So that's an exciting
That's interesting.
way it works out.
You have to switch everything over.
You switch it over before Shabbos, and what you do is you eat the chametz very carefully. You eat it out in the Pesach, on your balcony,
we'll come
in bags, or a little pita, or you eat it somewhere, a chametz place where some people have I remember one year we had a chametz dira because we were moving house, so we used that dira for Shabbos HaGodol. And then the place we were moving to, we made that Pesach dik. So the old place, the old apartment was the one we ate the chametz in. The new place is where we had our Seder night. And so we're able to have 2 different places. So we had a nice, we were more relaxed in one place. But you're not always going to have that scenario. But I'm just saying.
But Baruch Hashem, now you have a beautiful.
Yeah, Baruch Hashem, so you have a nice mepesa you can sit on, and usually what people eat is pitot because it makes least chametz. So the less chashash that you're going to crumble and bring it into the house. Sure. Usually pita doesn't crumble so much. Okay, Dinei Hachana L'Seder. So we're going to jump loads and loads of halachas because for us to be able to learn all the halachas of chametz and bir chametz, and it would take us too long, but we'll basically still be doing that when we're already like Erev Pesach. So I think each of us should make our own seder and look over all the halachas of bir chametz, and one of the mitzvahs you have is to give charity Erev Pesach for the chitin, for the wheat, to make sure people have matzahs. It's a big mitzvah to make sure other people have that. And this is a very important opportunity for all of us to really get ready with the right headspace. And remember that the Yiddishkeit is not scary. We mentioned already, it's a simcha mitzvah of getting rid of chametz. It's not angry. That's the whole point of getting chametz, to get rid of negative traits, negative aspects. Chametz makes us feel old. It makes us connected to something that took a bit more time, and then through that expanded into chametz, from matzah to chametz. Because matzah, the difference between matzah and chametz is 3. And that's connected to 3 different taivas that pull us out of the world. Taiva, kina, koved, jealousy, and anger, or koved, and taiva, desires. These are koved is connected to anger. These 3 negative traits we remove through matzah. Matzah is 3 less than chametz. So matzah is the same gematria almost as chametz, but minus 3. Minus those 3 traits. It's different between a ches and a chay. Ches and a chay, a hay. And a hay, that little opening, opens us up to having that light, for the light of the Geulah that comes every year. And that's a big awe that we need to attach ourselves to during this time. That's why we're going to go straight to Chanas for the Seder night, because we want to really focus in the Geulah, the light of the Geulah. The negative aspects we have to learn, and we have to work it out and face and deal with. There's no running away from our issues, we have to face them all. But once we've done that, a hard avoda of cleaning, and each of us should do it in our own way, to make sure it's shalom bayastik with our wives, and real with our situation with the amount of children and all the different things going on, obviously being real. And remember, the minimum halacha is that it's a kazayas of chametz. It's not this whole thing of tiny crumbs, the imaginary crumbs, dust. That's not chametz. Imaginary crumbs and dust is not chametz. It's real. We're talking about real chametz, the real deal. And that if we're real about the mitzvah, then we'll.
Can you elaborate on that? I mean, like big, real pieces.
Yeah, pieces of it, and therefore, like fine, people like to bleach, and there's all these halachas of, cleansing and getting it. So a dog wouldn't want to be able to eat it. So therefore, it's nullified if there was any there. Maybe, there's all these halachas, and you should learn them and do them. But there's also, like Daniel Travis has this book on Pesach. It's very kulidik. Like it gives you a lot of the leniencies, so you don't have to go crazy. It's not spring cleaning. It's about getting ready for Pesach.
Who wrote that?
Daniel Travis. A very good book on Pesach. And he'll give you the minimal shitas, and I think he even brings that some tzaddikim only spent 1 day cleaning for chametz. They didn't spend 6 weeks, 3 months, sectioning off rooms of the house months before, screaming at the children every time they were walking around with chametz, or bread, challah. Like they didn't plan for anyone to have that kind of OCD. It's craziness. So we have to really try daven hard to have shalom bayis and to have healthy, happy homes, and so the people go into Pesach with simcha, and that's a chana for the Seder night. Now this is beautiful. The Seder night itself is we're already jumping a lot, but so what? Yahada acha yain yafa matzahs arbekoses. Ayan yafer la matzahs arbekoses. So you have to go after. Once you endeavor fine wine, yain yafer, matzahs and arbekoses. Yeah, and what's the fine wine for? It's the mitzvahs arbekoses.
What's the source for this? Where we learn this?
For to obtain fine wine and for the 4 cups of the wine. So we know already from Parshas Vayakhel. I'm going to look underneath and we'll see it, or I'm sure it will say it. But wine represents chayres, freedom. Obviously, not drunk, but happy drunk demonstrates freedom. They're chayres. And there's also the concept of the Daled Lashonos in Parshas Vayakhel of let's start, see if I remember them. Hasalti, Kachti, I wish I remember them all. Salti, Kachti.
Amazing you remember those. What are you trying to remember? The 4 Lashonos of Geulah. You might bring it here. There's Daled cups connected to the 4 languages of redemption. Let's see. You might bring it down here, so I don't have to embarrass myself. I already did somewhat, but whatever. So it's hard to always remember everything. Baruch Hashem. So we open up Chumash and go to Parsha Vayakhel. We'll see there's 4 languages. Hashem saved us. He brought us. He redeemed us. Ga'alti, that's another one. And Havesi is the 5th one, but there's another one I'm forgetting. So I got 4 of the 5. There's a 5th one is Kos Eliyahu. That's the 5th Kos. So we'll get into that. I'll remind myself exactly what it is. And mitzvah min hamipcha, you should try go for yain edom. That's by the way. Generally, there's this concept. Like someone asked me Purim Aviabala about lighting Shem and Zayis instead of wax candles. So mitzvah min hamipcha, it says the loshen Shem and Zayis, but wax candles have become so good. So it could be the same concept with wine. That now all the different types of wine, maybe they've become as good as, you get a white wine, but there's still something to having red. And there's still, in the end, these concepts of real Shem and Zayis, real red wine, even though technology has improved everything. Like lighting Shabbos candles and Redemptive candles?
Yeah. It's like something about the original.
The Rav always tells me, and I haven't done it for years, maybe I will do it. It's kedai to use oil. Yes,
we mentioned on Purim, we were talking about it, you were at the table actually. So and I remember you saying that. So the idea that Shem and Zayis is a mitzvah min hamivcha, that's the Lashon of the Mishnah. So I would think you should try aim for yain, and I think that's a good idea. My personality right now wants me to find this Lashon. Can I find it? Let's see, do we have a Chumash here? Chumash. No, this is a Siddur. Where do I have a Chumash? You have a Chumash in the house there?
Of course.
Let's go look for Chumash.
I should say of course. Hopefully.
Hopefully. Oh, we have everything but Sefer Shmos. I can't believe it. Someone must be using it somewhere. Oh, I use the Siddur. Perfect. So if you go to the back of the Siddur and you look up Parshas Vayakhel, and it will have the Daled Lashonos, because I just can't not get it right. Okay. Oh, here we go. Hoseisi, that's the one. Hashem will take us out. Ga'alti, redeem us. V'lakachti. V'havesi. Wait, there's one I missed when I read it. Seisi. Hisalti, yeah. But he will leave. Hisalti, save us. Ga'alti, redeem us. Lakachti, and take us. And then the fifth one is Havesi. The Havesi, Eretz, to bring us to the land. So yeah, it's hard. I don't know why I've always, maybe because Baruch Hashem we always have a nice Haggadah with everything written out, so I've been a bit lazy remembering everything. But Baruch Hashem, thank you Hashem for giving us the ability to have these beautiful languages, and I think they're all connected to the Shem Havai also, because there's four languages of redemption, connected Yud Kei Vav Kei, which connects into the we just had the Dalit Parshas we're talking about. Also, the Yud Kei Vav Kei is Begilui more during Chodesh Nissan, Yismuch Hashemam Sagal Haaretz, and the four cups. My beautiful Haggadah for the Oyev Yisrael, it has each cup, it gives you a Shem Kutcher Baruch Hu, with connected each letter of the Shem Havai. So the first one is Yud, and the second one is Hey, and the third one is Vav, and the fourth one is Hey. So you go through, you're experiencing Hashem Yisbarach. It's also connected the Imahos. There was 4 Imahos. Yeah, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, Leah. So you're attaching into the Imahos, the holy, righteous matriarchs. And who are the Avos? That's the 3 matzahs: Avram, Yitzchak, Yaakov, Cohen, Levi, Yisrael. The 3 matzahs we're going to have at the Seder night. So I try buy every year matzahs for my Rebbe, and I try use them for my Seder plate. Cohen Levi Yisrael for my Rebbe. Yeah, if I can manage to get hold of them before Yom Tov. It means I have to go there Erev Yom Tov, because he bakes them Erev Yom Tov.
We got ours from one of the bees been going for decades, Cohen Yud.
Oh, very nice.
It's like near Ashkelon.
So the mitzvahs are Bakoses, Im Yesh Nimsa Yain Edom, and if there's red wine, it's not matzahs, mitzvahs. Yafa Kamo Halavan, which is as fine as white wine. Gam Hu Kosher Kamo Lavan is also kosher as white. Mitzvah Bar Yosef Mibiman is a mitzvah to use it rather than the white. So we have to always try to do the mitzvah. You know, this is one time a year. I think nowadays is such a shefer of wine, you can get the red wine. Drink the white wine other times. Okay, Shinama. Al Tirei Yain Ki Yit Adam. It's based on the pasuk. Do not set your sight upon wine that is red. Do not overindulge in wine. Mashma, it is the fact that the verse mentions the wine is being desired because it's red. Shachashivoso Shayain, who that is a sign of distinction to have red wine. And since we're trying to be like Bnei Melachim, like children of kings on a night of Cheres, of freedom, and that's why you should bring out your finest, the silver and everything. Therefore, Shachshiva Shayain who Shu Adam is red. So therefore use red wine. Or additionally, red wine is preferable if Fishesh Bo Zeichel Adam. Remember, we're going to do a lot of reminding ourselves about the makkahs Hashem did on Mitzrayim, and one of them is remembering the makkah of blood, of dam. Fishesh Bo Zeichel Adam. Shipara Shochet Liyaldei V'nei. So another one is that Parah spilled the blood when he slaughtered the Jewish children. The Medina Umas Tipshim Sicholem, where the nations are so nonsensical and foolish, Alilas Shekarim, as a device false accusation, Imna Malachikach Yain Edom Lepesa. So crazy thing is, what happens? Yeah, you can say that now. Shkoich. What does Hashem do? Hashem gave us a thing called the blood libels. Nowadays you call it Hamas propaganda. Yeah. The same kind of nonsense, where they make up false accusations about us killing children, which we don't. We don't use blood in anything because blood is forbidden for us. So it's a complete load of bobkas and nonsense. So there's no such thing as Am Yisrael taking blood of children and using it, God forbid, for to make matzahs or anything like that. It's a complete fabricated lie, just like all the lies that Hamas we see nowadays have been saying about our army and our people. God forbid. L'chaim, l'chaim. Anyway, so let's go weiter. It says at the Seder, a vegetable is dipped into salt water. Now these are all powerful moments when you're sitting with your family. The avoda of a tati coming home from shul, Abba coming home and father coming home, and he's coming home with he just said Hallel. The only night of the whole year we say Hallel in shul. You're thanking Hashem for the miracles, the full Hallel. You're coming home, it's an elevated night. You've just done so much avoda over the last few weeks of cleaning your home, getting ready your home for the Schienah to come, for Hashem to bring, and Shabbos. We're just coming out of Shabbos this year, and you've got the extra help of the Yishuv Das of Shabbos, and you hope you had time to rest a little bit, so you don't have the excuse of being tired or anything else. You're ready for Shabbos and Leil Seder, you're ready in a good state, and you're coming out with gadlus and mokin. That's another reason why it's called Shabbos HaGodol. Coming out with a greater mindset, and this is a Geulah mindset. This is the kind of mindset Am Yisrael should want to have, a mindset of Geulah L'Geulah. It's a lot to do with Geulah, to how we think about things, how we process life. So when we're going to take this little piece of potato, kartoffel, or they call it karpas. Karpas is a tikkun from that lower aspect. It's brought down the cutlass emotion. It's one of the reasons that it's the svaras behind when you take the little potato and you dip it in. You have to make sure it's less than a kazayas, because you want to be able to use that broccoli and say Bria Piradama and have in mind the Mara later on. So you'd have to make a new Bria Piradama then. But the idea is there's a lot of halachas that would dip it in the salt, the bitterness of slavery. Some use parsley, some use celery, some use, as Rav Shlomo was talking about in his shir, the idea of he used a very high level chayin, which is horseradish, very powerful, and the peeling of it and the preparing of it can make you cry a lot. One of my favorite things there of Chag, come into the kitchen and see my wife crying away, and I know it wasn't me. It was the horseradish. So I'm like, finally, I didn't do it. I'm innocent.
Hopefully.
So someone said, well, why don't you peel it? That's a good question, but we'll say that for Purim Maisa again. I think I already admitted my sins in Purim. How little I do. My wife really does a major part of the work, but nevertheless, Eishes Chal. So we come to Seder night with gadlus emotion, and hopefully that includes our wives as well. After all the hard work, they should have some energy left for the Seder night, and it's a tremendous. My wife actually loves Pesach more than she loves any other Chag. That's her favorite. Seder, cleanliness, everything's so elevated, it's so meaningful. It makes Seder for the whole year. So we're going to get into it more. We're going to learn more halachas, please God, next time. This is just the beginning. What's the reason? I'm just looking at this. So if there's anything else here before we stop this. Okay. I think we covered the main halachas to get going, and it's exciting. I think we've got another few more weeks of learning. We'll go through the whole Seder night, please God. Maybe a little bit more of the Chag of Pesach, the Sfiras HaOmer, and then we can feel like, not afraid by what's coming, but excited and inspired with the right mindset. I was learning with Dr. Uniman, and we were learning about having the right headspace. That this is a time where Am Yisrael come into being. We're being born as a nation. It's an exciting time to be proud as a Jew, especially in this time historically. We have to be proud to be Jewish. And Pesach strengthens our Amunah. It's Chag Amunah. It's Chag to strengthen our Amunah, not to be worried about how expensive it is, but to strengthen our Amunah that Hashem's going to cover everything. Because we're doing it for Him, we're doing it for Hinna, and we're doing it for Shalom Bayis.
Crown the glory of God.
We're crowning Hashem with our Seder night. And this is the Parshas Vayakhel Parah coming up, bringing the Mishkan, bringing the Kohen Gadol, bringing a place for Hashem to dwell in our home, and to bring those korbanos to the Nesiim. Each home has its own Nasi, its own prince, and they're bringing every day a sacrifice of Mesiras Nefesh for Hashem. We have to tune in to the good energy in Yiddishkeit, the good energy in the world, and not let the Yetzer Hara take it and make us nervous or scared.
I think it's sort of have worry.
Yeah, we have to really try work on removing those worries, and if we get ourselves into this headspace, then with everything else we'll be blessed, our business and our Shalom Bayis and our Hidduch, because we'll be living
We're living simcha in the heavens and v'segel haaretz and joy down in this world. And that beautiful unification will bring us to a beautiful Geulah, Somech Geulah Purim into Pesach. Hashem showed His love to us at the end of Tanakh, all the way through from the beginning of Tanakh, all the way through from Megillah, all the way through to Seder night. And this is a beautiful yichud between two special festivals that we're in the middle of right now, and to really internalize the redemptive energy that's in the air, and to really pray and work hard for the Geulah Shlema. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you.